that just that deep longing and sadness almost that I felt for wanting to be back in that, be back there, be in that, wanting
Well,
that to be
yeah.
this reality here.
Well, and it's so interesting, and this makes perfect sense to me, but it never occurred to me before. What if part of what your work here is to do is to actually embody that joy and that feeling of beauty and peace and belonging from the other planet and bring it forward, and that what if that is what's, when you step through the veil here, that is your gift, that you bringing that forward here, that feeling of just total love and whatever, you describe it in your own words, but you know what I'm saying?
Right. No, and it totally is. It comes back to that. No, and I know that. Like I've known that. That it is for me bringing that energy here, that light, that love, that joy, that soul essence of that, which I think is why partially this other piece where that bringing in that really that magic piece.
Yeah.
Because that's where there was more magic that was accessible to everybody, that we all understood, that we all had, that was just a natural part of life, that wasn't questioned. And I do feel like that's a piece. I've thought that for many, many years. That's a piece for me to bring through. So I think that's why there's this deep longing here in the last, it's been going on for quite a while, but especially the last several months. And it's gotten stronger and stronger for me really to access that piece that I feel like I'm not accessing because there's a part of me that so totally knows it's possible. But then I think there's a piece of me that's like, is it really possible on this earth? Are we really at this point to do it? So
let's reframe that the part of you that's saying, is that really possible? That's not really you. Those are just learned energies and learned questions from society, from being, brought up with certain teachings that have nothing to do with the truth. So it feels more like the part of you that is the truth is knowing that you can access that magic at any time. And the other thing that you're calling the part of you that's questioning it is not really you. You're not really questioning yourself. That's just ancient belief systems from the history of what's happened on Earth. So that feels like that's what you're wanting to let go of, and what you can then help other people let go of as well.
Yeah. No, and that's very, very true. Yes.
So woo! I almost feel like we just threw a giant blanket off when we're like, let in the sun. And the blanket actually looked like kind of like those old like king robes that were like red with like a fur, the ermine trim that like royalty would wear, like in the whatever the medieval time. I feel like we just threw that off. Like we no longer need that. We are royalty. We don't need to wear big fur capes to show us it. Like, good gravy. Come on, man. I am magic. I am wearing a gold crown. I don't need to wear a physical one. That was interesting. This just in, folks. But so okay. So I'm feeling even more of that old blanket energy, just kind of like it's coming more off like the back of your energy field. it's like the cloaking device is no longer needed, and it's going away. Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? No more hiding. No more hiding.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm seeing a lot of dolphins, which is always great.
Oh my gosh, and that's so funny you said dolphins, because that's the energy that was really wanting to come in and play again. I'm like, okay, it's a dolphin. And I've actually had this several times with dolphins wanting to really come into my work, which makes sense, but then I'm like, okay, no, maybe I'm just picking up on that because I'm enjoying, the fact that, so I'm like
well, I mean, yeah. And I'm getting a little lightheaded, so I can't tell anyone else what to do or how to be, but it feels like the dolphin thing is, okay, let me just feel, I mean, it feels important. It feels important. Yeah. So, so maybe for a second, just connect with your soul and, don't talk to the dolphins, talk to your soul and ask, like, is the dolphin thing, is it here? Is this part of my work now? Am I now to integrate this into what I do, what I'm doing? Or are they just here to help lift you up and be more light and free and buoyant and joyful? Or both? What?
Well, I get both. Well, it's funny because I'm like having to separate from them because they're yes, 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 this exuberance. I'm like, yes, yes, yes. And I'm like, and underneath, I'm like, I'll come back to myself. It's like this firm, yes. Yeah, yes. It wasn't the same, exuberant, playful. It was like, yes. Like to know that, yes.
So that it's coming from you, your groundedness into your soul and spirit, and your work that you're doing on earth, that your alchemical work is giving you a yes to the dolphins. We know the dolphins are saying yes, of course they're saying yes, but that your soul and the dolphins are in agreement and in co-creation mode. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Yay. That's I mean, what a great company to keep.
Yes. Well, I think that this water energy, it is one thing that I've brought in before, and I haven't been using as much because I've been totally tapping so much into earth energy, into the actual ground earth, that I haven't been doing as much water. And I know that water probably is my bigger thing in a way. I mean, they're so equally, but water is definitely something that needs to come back in again, because
that does feel
piece. Water is just, I know that I was in the water before I lived in the water. I was a water being.
So that makes so much sense, and that to me, it feels really connected with your writing too, which is unusual. I never usually would get writing and water in connection with each other with most of my clients. But I'm
like, how do you get that? They both start with W's. But how else?
I will tell you. I know. It's interesting. Like I said, it's new, so I'm bringing the information through. Is that, and that makes so much sense. Okay, here we go. Your language of your website, it's very clear. I mean, to me, it's like, okay, yes, it shows people what you do and that you help them connect with their soul essence and their joy and, yada, yada. But like we were saying, there seemed to be that some sort of thin layer of something that wasn't kind of infused in there. And this feels like this is it, because water is like a really unique, special, almost like a media. It's like a media for you. It's like, this is how you communicate. You communicate via this water energy, and there's an emotional flow within the water. An emotional flow is the word I'm getting, and that that felt like that was the part that wasn't totally coming through in your writing, that bringing that like water flow in through your emotional body so that you can come out. And it's connected too with helping people feel safe on earth, because my goodness, who better to do that than dolphins? Like, hello, if somebody like spends a little bit of time, they're going to feel safe. They're going to feel free and happy and light, and they're going to feel supported and so taken care of, because dolphin energy, being surrounded by like a pod of dolphins, is one of the most supportive possible things to experience in life on earth. And so to take that and do it energetically, my God, people are going to be like, I'm safe forever. I am free to be. I can be whatever I am here to be. And connecting that with your own inner dolphin, right? Like, I mean, watch a person walking down the street and then watch a dolphin in the water leaping in the sunlight. Like, if we could walk down the street like a dolphin leaping in the sunlight, I think anything that we used to think was a problem would no longer be there. So it's like emotional nurturing energy is what's coming through the water. And yeah, I mean, tell me how that feels for you, because to me it just makes so much sense.
It feels fabulous. Like, what was that voice? It was like Susanna from Georgia. I don't know.
I like it. I like it. Oh my, that was awesome.
Oh, I'm like, I used to go swimming. I'm like, oh my God, I could live in the water. And like, I could remember that feeling of being in the water, just being a being in the water that lived in the water, and how fabulous it felt. And I just loved it. I'm all like, oh, I just could live in the water. Which is why I want to live on the water, by the water, and I don't. You know, like, I know that it would make, I know that it would just change everything for me in and of itself, just living on the water.
Well, so just meanwhile, hold that vision, know that it's coming, and do everything right now. Take all the actions energetically to bring water into your life. And another thing I was thinking about being in the water is that when you're in the water, you're free to move in any direction that you want. There's infinite possibilities, and there's nothing that's not possible. Mm-hmm. It's like a constant flow and an access of constant, like the flow of creation is the phrase that's coming through. So like tapping into the well, right? Like there's a never ending infinite water supply energetically, so that we're never without. Yeah.
Are you saying that to me? Yes, because I'm laughing. Because well, one, because I laugh a lot, as do you. I'm sure you noticed that. I just am easily amused by like little things and thoughts.
I know.
I laugh all the time. No, I'm laughing because I'm like, okay, now what else are we gonna talk about?
maybe not. No. And that's an interesting point. If it feels like this is complete for today, we could actually do the remaining time on a different day. And I didn't even think of that till just now. But it's up to you totally. Like we can take a break and come back and see what else is stirring up, or we can let it simmer and do like the second half of it a different time. Oh, my cat just bit my toe. a lot, dude. What do you? I'm gonna show you.
Oh, you're so funny. At the beginning of our call, you had my ankle's itching, or some part of your foot was itching, and now your toe.
My toes have been a big part of it.
Plus, your toes were a big part of your audio the other day. Hello, sweet kitty.
His name is Daniel. Yeah,
No,
toes.
toes. That's one of my kids. Have you ever heard that song? Is it toes, chicken toes, or whatever? Oh my gosh. Let me see if I can find it. I don't think it's on my phone because my phone lost everything practically. It was really crazy.
I can look it up. Chicken toes.
I think it's called Chicken Toes. Oh, my kids love that song. Are you there? Oh, there we go. Everything went blank on my screen. Anyway, I actually, yeah, it might be better just to, I'm feeling that I honestly was like, it's the Zac Brown Band.
Yeah. I'll look it up. Zac Brown.
It was, that's what I thought. And I was laughing. I was like, okay, I'm complete. We're done. What else?
Yeah, that actually does. It feels, yeah. Well, and I guess I shouldn't be too surprised because we really, I mean, the way we work is energetically, so it happens like so fast.
Yeah, which is
so
perfect.
Exactly.
So yeah, it might be good to finish up another time if you're open to that.
I totally am, because to me it wouldn't make sense to like try to push for something that isn't there.
Right. Yeah, because I feel like there's this piece that wants to come in and integrate more, you know, and it's bringing it back, you know, because it is something that this water piece, like I said, I've accessed before, but I think it's wanting to come in once again in a deeper way. Everything's in a deeper way. Anyways, but just with the dolphin energy.
Yeah. So
and because I haven't actually played with that a lot with my work. I mean, I've actually played with playing with it. My work. So it's like I'm all like, I want to do an audio with the water and dolphin energy.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So yeah, and that makes sense, especially since everything's so watery. It makes sense to kind of allow it to go deeper and deeper and deeper, and then once the dolphin and water piece is more fully integrated, then we can see. Yeah. Like I'm getting like maybe like in 2 weeks or something.
Yeah, like that's what I was kind of hearing in about 2 weeks. Yeah.
Cool.
Which will be good because I mean I launched my telesummit is here just in about a month now. So there's pieces that are all kind of coming together, and that's why I'm like really wanting to work on these pieces to really integrate it all and, you know, shed what needs to be shed and clear off and then bring in the new things so that the work can just fully come out. You know?
Yeah, that's good. That's good. And that's, so that feels temporarily complete.
Awesome.
Cool. Well, I'm really excited to hear how it all goes, and I know you'll let me know. So we'll let's not try to plan the exact time right now. I'll email you about it. But meanwhile, feel free to email me or message me with anything that comes through. And if you need, you know, support in receiving clarity, or if you're just excited about something new, or whatever. So
whatever. Yes.
Awesome. And I drew a little steering wheel of a ship and wrote the word ahoy. I thought you would like that. I was like, off we go into the wild blue yonder. No, that's the sky. Never mind. Whatever. It's all connected.
It's all connected. I know. Well, I think it's just for me, it's water, but all the elements that are wanting to come through. Because for a while I was playing with all of them, and lately it's just been earth. So, which I love, and a little bit of the cosmos. I mean, definitely the cosmos, but it hasn't been like the like the four elements as much. Just bringing all those pieces back, especially water. I mean, clearly we're made of water. So
I know,
huge amount. Plus, the earth is, and
And that's so funny because on this call, I kept saying, I got to run down and get more water. I got to run down and get more water.
I know.
It's so funny. Like I usually have, I guess I didn't have a big glass. I usually have my big glass of water with me, but. All right, my dear. Well, I'm going to let you go integrate, and I'm going to let out my puppies because they're getting antsy, I can tell. And and we'll plan for our second half of the call. And as soon as the recordings from these two calls, as soon as those are ready, I'll email them to you.
Awesome. And let me know how you like the toes song.
Oh yeah, chicken toes. I will let you know.
I think it's chicken toes. I don't know. They have a chicken song and toes song. That might not be the chicken song, but that's the toes song.
Okay.
I can't remember. There's a chicken song too, I think. I can't remember now. We used to listen to it all the time, and my kids love it. Every once in a while I come back to it, and they have a lot of fun with those songs. With several of the songs with the Zac Brown band.
Zac Brown. I wrote it down, and I will look it up.
Enjoy.
Thank you, lady.
Well, have a great day, and I'm go play with my one kid who's here now that my husband and youngest went on a bike ride. I was like, I want to go on a bike ride. Off the call. I'm like, come back.
You're like, I've been let out of school early.
I'm like, I got a break. No, it's not a break. You're awesome.
Thank you. I will talk to you soon.
Okay, take care. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Bye.